Okay, here for the ongoing maintenance, we want to, on the bottle brush, we just want to hand clip the long ones, and we want these as 3 individual bushes, and don't let them get more than about 5 feet, 6 feet max. And don't ever use the trimmer, and just keep them so they almost touch each other, so kind of straight on the side, tucked in on the bottom, and rounded top. This little antenna here, we don't want it to get too tall, but just kind of keep it about 3.5 feet. On the citrus, one thing we're doing here a little different than before is they don't want a lot of fruit, so we're going to use the trimmer on them when they need it. So just keep them shaped up nice. We'll probably need to trim them at least probably twice a year. When we do trim them, make sure to get the clippings out. One thing too on this palm, we're trying to keep it as more of a bush, so don't go in there and clean it out except if they turn brown or yellow. The lantanas, we got quite a bit of room. Those can get bigger. The agaves, this group in here, we could leave about 5 total. Take out any extras, but leave about 5. And then on the Orange Jubilee, what we want to do here on this area is I think we should have 2 different heights. So keep the Orange Jubilees maybe about 6 to 7, about 7 foot, and then keep the hop seed about 5 foot. So we have 2 different levels. So keep all the hop seed, about 5 foot, and then the Orange Jubilee maybe like 2 feet taller. And then we want them so they almost just touch each other, but we want them as square bushes. So you'll have 5 square green hop seed, and then you'll have you'll have 5 Orange Jubilee, but the Orange Jubilee will all be the same height, and they'll be taller, and then all the hop seed will be the same height and shorter, and they'll almost all touch each other and be square on the sides, square on the top, and then rounded on the corners. And all the citrus too, just keep the bottoms leveled, and then when we have time in the winter, go in and clean out the middles, clean out the suckers. This lemon, it needs to keep getting bigger, but we can kind of hand clip it. Eventually it can become a bigger tree, but just kind of hand clip the long ones. This fire stick, I don't want it to get more than about 4 to 5 feet tall, and when it starts to fall apart, we can hand clip it. These agaves, we can always keep about 3 in a group on those, and they don't care as much if they get a lot of fruit or not. The timer's over here by the back door. We need to adjust it from summer to winter. This bird of paradise, we'll have to keep it out of the Ruellia and keep it off the house, and don't let it get too tall. I'd say 5 foot. This Ruellia too, I wouldn't let it get much more than, a foot up above the bottom of the window. Same thing with this, maybe a foot above the bottom of the window. And here's the timer to adjust. Okay, one thing I was going to say too is in like September, let's go after September, we can kind of just do a lighter, medium trim. But then after that, let's go light to where they have flowers when they get back. So September we can do a kind of a medium trim, but after that let's go for more flowers. So I'd say the Ruellia, foot and a half above the window. The boxwood, same thing. And then this bird of paradise, we can let it get a little taller, but maybe only about halfway up the window. Make sure to keep it off the house and keep it off the Ruellia. Okay, these palms, we like them to have a little curve down and keep the seeds out, but we want to always be able to walk under them without hitting our head. So we want them at least even a foot above our head. And then on like this red lantana, we always want to keep it off the house. And I would say, like we've been doing, is nice. We've kind of let it get a little longer, and then we've rounded the front and kept it about a foot below the window. These 2 bushes can get the same height, so let this little one catch up, and they could be maybe a foot above the top of the water shutoff. And then this oleander, maybe about 2 foot above the wall there would be the top of the wall, so about 5 foot. Just shape it when it needs it. We don't have to keep that constantly trimmed. One thing though, I like it tucked in on the bottom. And then these lantanas, we've always been doing them like square. So we've been, straight across the top, straight on the edges. This one we've been doing square, the other purple and red doing rounded. And this palm here, just trim it when it needs it. We need to always blow the yard and spray for weeds. And then always remember too that in the winter when they come back, we want flowers then. So don't trim anything too late in the season.